Hello guys, this is Victoria and I'm greeting you back from my place, from my apartment. It's good to be back home. This is gonna be a special reading for full moon in Cancer that I experienced in just hours after I'm recording and posting this video. So it's gonna be a pretty big one, especially since this is full moon in Cancer. I mean, there are of course some other things that are happening with astrology in terms of movement of planets and movement of North Node from Gemini into Taurus. So it's actually like a lot of different events. Mercury is going retrograde, surprise, surprise. But also Cancer is ruled by the moon, and they are kind of like the moon card in tarot corresponds to Cancer, so they're tied to each other. And when the moon is in Cancer, the effect is amplified, especially of course for people who have their moon in Cancer, like myself, or if you have Cancer in one of your main positions, I would say Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, any of those. So for you especially, I would say this should be an important reading to follow, because I'm going to take a look at what is actually going to be happening for Twinflame Collective during this time, how to best utilize the energy. I've got two sets of Oracle decks today. I'm going to start with Sacred Traveler, then I'm going to go to Tarot to get the energy for DMs and for DFs, and then I also have my Beyond Lemura cards, so we're going to get some guidance for each of the twins from these guys as well. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's see what. So the energy equation is gonna be focused around what. What should we focus on during full moon in Cancer, right? What should we pay attention to in that aspect? Not just in general, but specifically for that. Okay, so first of all, let's get a theme for the reading for DF first, and then for DM with an Oracle deck. This is probably the last day that I'm having this setup, but A, I thought it's great because it's got the whole sun and moon idea, and B, I just literally didn't have a chance to set everything up with the new setup because I landed just a couple of hours ago, so apologize. So DF has got two cards. Journey by Moonlight. Ta-da, speaking of the moon. Believe in magic and grounding. Go deep, explore your roots. Yeah, so you have a chance, I'm getting with this that you have a chance to find new connection with your ancestors and learn something new about your kind of familial history. I think we had that somewhere. I suppose it was in the reading yesterday. I don't remember if it was a private reading or the one I did for collective, but I think it's the collective reading that we had yesterday, where it was about connecting or finding out new information about your life story, right? So it could be ancestors, meaning, in spirit form, ancestors that are not alive anymore, or it could be some relatives that are still alive that you will have a chance to connect to and find out something very important about your life journey. Okay, what about divine masculines? And of course, grounding is important, so meditation, prayer, whatever you have working, that's super important. It says go deep, but don't get stuck in the emotion, because emotions are gonna be, especially with moon in Cancer, they could be playing quite high. So pay attention to that. I don't want to make this reading too long, so I'll try to move fast, a little bit faster than my usual pace. Mystic healer. Healing energy flows through you. This is for divine masculines. This is beautiful. And yes, this is a beautiful feminine energy of the moon that is healing. I'm getting divine feminine aspect of divine masculine personality of their soul, right? Because each of us have masculine and feminine energy in us, and they are having a chance to heal the feminine energy within them. A lot of it if we draw a parallel with their life and where it comes from, like how does it get disintegrated. A lot of it has to do with the relationship they've had with feminines in their life, starting with their mothers, you know, other authority figures that are female, and you know, of course, the romantic relationship as well. So it's based on their previous experience with feminine. It's also based, of course, on the beliefs in society, different stereotypes, what they've read, what they've seen in movies, you know, and also has to do with certain disintegrated phase of the masculine figure. Because, as you know, a lot of times masculine energy is over exaggerated and glorified, whereas for masculines to express their feminine energy is not considered very, you know, it's not a good thing really, right? They're trying to make it discreet and kind of private. So that's another thing, that to kind of like over focusing on the masculine aspect and presenting themselves super masculine kind of suppresses the feminine side. That's why this healing is super important. Okay, the energies. The Dreamkeeper Tarot is going to help us with that. So what's going on for Divine Feminine? What should they focus on during this full moon in Cancer? Okay, we'll get clarifiers. We have the Creatrix in reverse. The Creatrix is the Magician in this deck. What about masculines? So something about manifestation. Okay, sorry, I have to pick up the card. We have Knight of Cups in reverse. Interesting, both cards in reverse. Let's clarify the Creatrix in reverse for Divine Feminines. All right, Six of Swords. Please clarify Knight of Cups in reverse. Lovers, but kind of on the side. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so what I'm getting for Divine Feminines with the Creatrix in reverse and Six of Swords, that Divine Feminine, it's very important for Divine Feminine to use this time to kind of overcome their fears. And this is also, I've started talking about feminine energy. This is also about disintegrated feminine energy. Some kind of stereotype, some sort of insecurities they have about their manifestation power as a feminine. That has to be balanced and kind of put sort of to peace, but in a good way, right? That it's there, it's just peaceful energy. Because if that fear stays in, you're basically blocking your own manifestation of what you are trying to attract, whatever that is for you at this moment, whatever your priority is, right? But it's gonna be anything really. So even if you're not thinking about it, right, it's gonna impact your manifestation either in a positive or in a negative way. For Divine Masculines, we have Knight of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Lovers. So Divine Masculines need to start expressing their love out of or making gestures of love out of love rather than out of fear. I don't know if it makes sense, or rather fear is a very wide subject. It's more about not out of obligation, and that of course relates to the twin flame connection, but relates to other people in their life. They need to start revisiting, like doing an inventory of those relationships and those instances where they've done something sort of nice on the surface, or not sort of, like something nice or kind, generous, and was it because they really felt strongly about it and they wanted to do it, or it was just because they felt like they had no choice, like it's something that the other person is expecting, or that's what other people do, right? So the more they're doing people pleasing in the moments where it's supposed to be an expression of love, the more they're blocking their heart chakra. And that's ultimately what it's all about, right? Working on their heart chakra. opening it up, removing blocks so that they don't have to be scared about expressing love the way they feel it. And if there is no love, that they feel safe to express that, right? To kind of express it accordingly. Like, I know you're expecting a lot of gifts, but you know, you are my good friend, but we're not that close, right? So sorry, but I just can't do it that way. This is what my commitment is to you, something like that, you know. Okay, I don't want to make it too long, so I'm gonna get to Beyond Lemuria. Please give us a card for Divine Feminine, please. Please give us some guidance for this full moon in Cancer. I'm gonna give it another shuffle. Give us some guidance for Divine Feminines listening to this video, watching this video. By the way, whatever works for you guys, it's fine. I'm like that myself. Sometimes I'm listening to a video because I have a lot going on and I'm just, you know, multitasking a little bit. I like walking and listening to something, you know, useful, something informative. I'm just gonna pull a card. Okay, we got Stepping Through 47. Let me read the divination meaning here. But I like this. It's like a stepping through the portal. The time is now. No more excuses or tomorrows. Whatever you have been putting off, the universe is now pushing you to make it happen. So hence releasing your fears to manifest what you want, what you're supposed to manifest for your life. You may feel a little outside of your comfort zone, but that is where the magic happens. Take a leap. Combine your intuition with a plan of action. Break it down and trust the puzzle will come together piece by piece through the courageous act of making a start. Love this. Okay, Divine Masculines, what about you? Radical Expansion, number 40. Wow, I love this dragon. I love this card. That's so cool. Yeah, so the expansion is very much connected with the heart chakra cleansing that I mentioned. It is time for expansion. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Stop and consider anything that is holding you back. This card is the permission slip that allows you to let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as some of your ideas offerings might be, who is to say they are not what the world is waiting for? What the world wants? Take note of any judgment of authentic expression towards yourself or others. Remember, it's just what I was saying about the way you're expressing love to others. Don't do it out of obligation. Check yourselves, Divine Masculines. Be mindful that creatively exploring unrefined expression may be what is needed right now. Remember to center yourself in your heart and be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. There we go. That's a confirmation. Work on the heart chakra is needed. And Divine Feminines, if you'd like to support your masculines, that you also can do some ritual today. Work on your heart chakra, and it will kind of enable this for Divine Masculines as well. Okay, I hope this has been useful for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. All the best of luck for this full moon and for all the planetary movements that we're experiencing this week and in the next few weeks. It's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it tomorrow, and for now, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you and have a great day.